Brazili cheesy. Brazili cheesy. Oh, Brazili cheesy. Brazili cheesy. I say Brazili cheesy. Brazili cheesy. Brazili cheesy. Brazili cheesy. Oh, Brazili cheesy. Brazili cheesy. I say Brazili cheesy. Click, bang. What's up, everybody? Welcome to B&C Podcast.
Yeah, this is your boy, Uncle Bree from the East.
And what's up, everybody? My name is Khoto. Everybody knows me as Cheese. Coming Puele Kekele.
Ay, baba, si coming Kailon. It's coming like all I say, Polwin. Mo Talo in Como, my face.
Ngege.
For the Manga School.
Ngege.
Oh, no, man.
Ngege.
Ngege. So, it's a mention we can do poison.
Yes.
Hey.
My weekend was okay, actually. But before we start talking about the weekend, I want us to talk about podcasting. You know, what we are doing here. And podcasting is cancelled by abantu in the media.
Nah,
people think podcasting it has more freedom of speech, which people are abusing.
I'm abusing. It's a problem with most season tabas bonity with dog young told. I want to like about all the chances cutting space with bas express whatever and tabafuna kuikhuluma ngasikhathi.
Yeah.
So through a podcast and there's other program about Shire dog, it's easier for what abantu bakhona ukuze express ukuthi asini. This is what we like, this is what we enjoy. So manje abajita basuke babe too free when it comes to that thing. Like, same thing meyenzeka naku this thing yaku open chat, okay?
Yeah, before we get into that, let's get to podcasting versus TV.
Versus TV.
Like versus TV and radio, like all filtered media, and how podcasting has came as a new wave maybe of media, and maybe as where people get to speak without a filter and expressing views that actually match the interests of whoever that is in charge. Let's start with what has podcasting brought to the media world, which was different to what we were immune to as far as television and radio is concerned.
One thing I can say, it's less propaganda, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, true.
It's less propaganda. I want to go to show there's more information you can get from a podcast compared to a TV. I'm told I like it.
True.
There's connect isn't to like about limits from the TV compared to the podcast.
For
podcast
sure.
We can speak about Alice without getting into a spy with I'm fair to in and motor pega with TV.
The marketing itself, I mean, think about it in this sense. I mean, marketing your products to media that is filtered. These companies pay millions for media rights.
TV like me Spanish. It was used to program abantu ngasikhathi ngithola.
No, I get that.
It was used to program nani chola or push that certain what
narrative where there's only one side of the story. If it's on TV, it's true.
It's true.
And go podcasting or on YouTube to be specific. When people started talking on YouTube and expressing their views, mainstream media, before we go into YouTube and podcasting from Facebook and whatever, people started to express their views and their sides of stories which were made to look a certain way on TV. You know, that's where it started. And I mean, obviously, with media, there was control when it comes to what people can or cannot say, as much as there were filters which were preventing people from telling the truth and their truth, or maybe both sides of the story. Because sometimes there are always three sides of the story. There's your story, there's my story, and there's the truth.
One I same thing now, most I call it at that time where the conversation with most influenced by lines and from TV, we see whatever intensive on a TV, then it's going to be pillar like Gayton. Same as same thing. My nigga, let me say complain.
Okay, but say about podcasting versus TV, but so expressing an advantage with podcasting versus obviously filtered media, which is television and radio. But there are also disadvantages to podcasting, which is the freedom of speech that people actually have gets to being abused, and people get in hot water for that. Before we get to the most recent one, obviously, I mean, it's the biggest story in the country now. There was one early this year. You remember Konjubanle out le yom rapping anama hits me. What reason? No reason I'm Orlando Tach. You remember that?
Yeah.
And it I mean that's where people started talking what's missing to podcast. People are gonna get sued for the things that they say.
Public figure, as a public figure, was expected. People that will always talk bullshit now and then.
Yeah, but I mean it's not
so
famous enough
to have
a brand to maintain.
That guy has a brand to maintain.
Yeah.
Listen.
Come on.
Listen, impacted by gaming in fact.
Game Yamani.
I am a nigga.
When I'm a hitanga kilomchit.
There's a bump the cheese up.
Hit Lianam.
It's a hit.
You can my hit a shower in Jaya Muscotsi Magangani.
If it's a woman, Scott to Khalil.
And by the way, I mean, he was here. Hey guys, shout out to Forbes.
Yeah, I'm tired of my Puma, Jola. In Pinjak, and Fitz's fellow would not now.
Okay, I guess meaning was Scots, but
Ngoba Kulumanga.
Don't Scott to peak down. Ufuna boss Scott to peak kanjani? Obviously Antona Lee. Mna ufuna ukunibona ukuthi Scott to peak kanjani?
Ngikhala ngayo this piano artist mfethu.
Mina ufuna boss Scott to peak kanjani? Ithi kubonisa something imakancane. Singithola intwana encane la. Ngizokulethela intwana encane la ku podcast.
Asimi kancane.
Ngitshela icula ingoma ka Scott.
Asimi kancane ngo Scott. Sisele ndaba yama podcast.
Bafanasi. Izala. Cozela. Hayi sikushuthi ngifuna ukubonisa ukuthi Scott ubig kanjani. Izala wena. It's one more to Scott ubig kanjani son.
Fethu mina ngizibuza ukuthi in 5 years time la.
Over there. Okay.
Ebona same thing mongayibheka bheka okay ustana ngithola like usakhipha ne. But
uzongithulele one.
Isigaya album ewanda out.
Izasocula la. Ngifuna siculele lokhu. Izala. Yeah, socula spec so it was.
Shesele ntona ngesikama menza.
Ozasocula
mfana. Shesele ntona ngesikama.
Ubani igama lakho? Ubona ozacula la emic. Cula ingoma eyi1. Yazi ngoma uyaphapha man.
Exactly.
Was it?
Exactly.
Okay. Faili.
Yeah.
Ngapha singayithola intwana encane. Yeah. It's yazi uJohn Legend lentwana inamanga leyishaka ingqondo.
It's just John Legend.
I said, but lento lesike sayenza before. It's a pity you didn't post that video. Yakhombela intwana lengayilani. Yacula lengoma ka Scott. Tangwa tempara ngale nto le. Yazi ukuthi nga-affect ilona.
Bra, I know like.
Okay, fair. Okay, but reason angithi Orlando Tach because of that thing that Tach said. Wabo. And that's when people saw what you cannot just talk about people who podcast because you have freedom of speech and not expect some consequences to that. You can get in hot water. Okay, but
the problem with most of them they're just talking with TikTok just to get clout. Yeah, for a man go YouTube just for clout and things like that.
I mean, an opinion is the cheapest commodity you can get with social media. Everyone has an opinion about something, and
but it's not affecting us.
Yeah, true. Okay, speaking of which, let's go to getting in hot water because of saying something. The benchmark of the South African youth right now, as far as the content world is concerned, I would think that now the Open Chess Podcast, is there any youth podcast as big as them?
Munch. No.
Yeah, now they're the biggest. You look at their numbers; they're benchmarking around. They average around 300K as far as views are concerned. They even did double that number at some point.
Which number?
My numbers over the average at 300K when it comes to the views. But
no,
there's an episode that they doubled that 300. They got like 600.
Yeah, they had this Han Lo DJ. Who's this? I forgot the name of the Han. I'm sorry. I forgot the name of the Han, bro.
I'm sure abantu basquatele ngale decision on the last episode.
We didn't
upload that, but now I found another short.
Oban.
No, but let's leave it.
Most of these hands, but he was in it, but don't opinion yet.
Someone even came to my DMs. They were now teeny
I'm like, Buffett.
Okay, but okay. Let me close this. I want to say the name this time and maybe say it as direct as I did. Omuntu Ojiva half naked. What title do you call them with? the same way umuntu ogijimisa isikhumba egroundini a calabash is a soccer player, I guess. Umuntu
Some exotic dances.
olo ayi see we know
Exotic dance.
okay but and then okay let's move right along. Asiyeke le okay Open Chess Podcast ne they're getting sued by your president, chief.
Hayi bra, le bani shy bra. Le ntwana mele baziyeke mfethu, ngithola.
Also-
Okay, noma bangakhuluma bathi intwana ezincane yini. I-problem ukuthi mele ubuye ukhumbule la ntwana kusemzansi.
No, but you're wrong lento abayishilo.
Okay, lento abayishilo
What was
wrong,
said was wrong, and the thing is, I mean, I'm gonna talk about it from from the point of knowing football. Probably what I say better than that guy does, yeah. Because I mean that was zero football knowledge whatsoever. In fact, I think to be honest with you, I'm not trying to get love from the race that Mtogo spoke against. But black people are the ones that benefit most as far as the football industry is concerned. Instead, people of other races are the ones that get overlooked. I mean, Bradley Grobler has been a very consistent striker, I think in the PSL for the past 10, 15 years. But how many Bafana call-ups did he get? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's one of the best strikers we've had in this current generation. But how often is he looked at and picked? You understand? Okay, but let's not go to that line. And then you look at the likes of Osuna Polis. For how many years was he gate kept? I'm not sure if go Pulukane seats. It's been said we are Pirates, we are Sundowns, the Chiefs being Funa. Did he even go abroad? No. I mean, Tulani Serrero, a young black player who was the best player in the country at this time, he went abroad. Really, I mean, we had players like Uri, they went abroad. So what Ulona is saying, Umtogo said was wrong. I think what Umtogo said was very wrong, especially with playing the race card in the manner in which he did. I think he wanted to reference to Shandre Campbell.
They were just clowning.
I think Uri is his biggest disadvantage right now is that he's not up and coming anymore. I mean, right now he's one of the best players in the country, and the Pirates is benefiting a lot from him. Even brand people that follow Umufukeng will follow the Pirates.
Yeah, bro. Notice most of the time I spend some tickets like me fell Sundowns, but
exactly.
I wouldn't mind go Mami Pirates.
Exactly, you understand. Yeah. I mean, no lodge. It was also his problem and his frustration with Pirates because there was a point in which I think he wanted to leave and go abroad, and Pirates didn't allow it. Tekomudi said the same problem where his brand was a little too big for Pirates to just let him go like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is why he forced him move Yake in the manner in which he did. It's the same thing that Uloch did because Uloch, I think he signed a pre-contract with the Sundowns in January where his contract was ending in June. So if the Pirates did not release him, he was going to go to Sundowns as a free agent, and Pirates wouldn't allow him to go like that and just lose their investment on him. So that's why they had to release him at that fee. But does the Pirates really gatekeep my play? I think when you are the best player in the team, that's when it's difficult for you to just leave. I mean, Nolebo Hangmukwen had the same problem where Pirates said they are waiting for the right offers for him. And I mean, Umtogo should have just applied a football knowledge as far as that is concerned. But he brought the risk card. He should have known better from someone who really knows football.
Compared to Oliver.
He plays it. Also.
Yeah, I mean,
when you favor the Sundowns here, kissing the Lizol.
No, I mean, if it's Sundowns in favor, but I mean, I don't know basketball.
So basketball, you can look.
Yeah.
Who's the best player in the NBA right now?
I don't know.
Yeah, but I think that's how. And the problem is, people are speaking about how ironic it is that the person who comes to actually confront Umtogo about the race card in that direct manner is someone whom was viewed as racist at times. I'm not sure if they have, or maybe they are viewing him as racist now, which was the Minister of Sports. I mean, I don't have a problem.
I think it's an opportunity for to push that narrative.
I think
so. He was trying to use those guys to get him to the.
You think so?
He was using them, yeah, bro.
I don't.
Nobody opportunity none forgetting.
Yeah, but I mean, this guy is a minister of sports and sports and recreation. Doc, he doesn't need to use those kids to get a recognition, but also in that manner.
Slash ex-convict.
No, but the thing is about Ulon or Gayton. I think as someone, Gayton is not just a public figure now. I mean, he's a minister of a department in South Africa. So I think the fact that he's a minister like that, he shouldn't have responded to those kids. Think about it in this sense. How often has Julius pointed to Uzuma in parliament? Directly so. Not even, I'm not talking about Guma press conference. I'm not speaking about Guma social media posts. I'm speaking about this pege neganje. I'm point.
Shoot the ball.
Hayi sekele but mina sengikhulumela ukuthi umuntu alande umuntu ohloniphekile, someone who stands for the republic in a certain department. If there is an event that has to do with sport, someone who will speak for the country as far as that is concerned is Gayton McKenzie. You understand? So for someone whom is held to that regard, the people voted for him to be a minister, to come and take down young people like that. I mean, I get the disciplining side of it and what those kids did being wrong. But I think rather than him issuing a statement, he could have pulled strings.
Yeah, uzuba like in fact, mengele say but don't say lava chita, bahlale nabo phansi, bakhulume nabo ukuthi no mfethu into na so iya flop ngithola. Yena manje mfethu sekabavalela ama opportunities abachita.
Because my endorsement
it already mfethu message child ngithola. Bona mabasho like I contract yabo yakudish message child.
Okay, that I see, but the thing is, I mean, as someone whom is in at that level ukuthi minister, I think either he should have done what you said ukuthi abadonsele side bakhulume, or get someone who's a public figure also. I mean, some things you have to get someone to do the job for you so that there's a minute. I mean, Kwan is intenzenza uRamaphosa at his capacity, personal capacity, but he's not going to go that direct about it because he must respect the oath of office that he holds as the president of the republic. So I think also as a minister of sports and as someone whom would I say is a beneficiary of what these young kids are doing, but I mean, at some point when these kids reach greater heights and whatever, he's someone who's also going to hold pride in South Africans doing such things, young South Africans to be specific, you understand? Or as someone who holds an office of a field that has very much so many young people there. And also, another thing, besides Gayton, the division of black and colored people, I don't get. It's more of a legacy of apartheid than it is a thing of people.
And all I could say to that thing here, open church, it just gave the colored people a voice.
Well, they didn't have a voice, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, in fact, for voice cards, in fact. Like, mabanga bonakali. But it's true, bruh. It's true. Like the colored
they didn't have someone who stood up for them as a community.
No, like Fedem is color with
yeah, I think so many people, so many things we say.
After the thing you open chat, lento le ibanikeze ivoice ukuthi bakhona ukuzikhulumela into eninspire. And mfethu into engibasela kokugcina ukuthini. They had ukuthi bakhulume ngeways so ukuthi bathi amakhalata ahlanya, amakhalata agidlana ababodwa. Into abangayikhalela compared to izinto mabangaringa ngazo.
No, but I understand.
No, ngithola mina into engikhalelayo ngithola isiba izinto ezenzakalayo to ama color community mina into engikhalelayo.
No, but mina I'm trying to understand you from a point yokuthi many things were said about colored people which are wrong. So
yeah, yona lento me
address the level of the wrongness.
Me wrong ne. Sharp say understand me wrong. Mina mvele ngiyavuma lento abajita maba wrong mara mabadlala maba wrong. Mabadlala bona mara maba wrong ndewe mabadlala ngakho intwana njengathi intwana dog sinokujoka sometimes isiphunyukele sibuza uzikhuphula ngithola sintwana but mina into engisho ukuthini yinto mekumele yinto kushusho kushusho labajita mekumele baba press ngento so mekhane bazokhuluma nange inkinga zabo sonke sibhekane nenkinga as a black community sinenkinga zethu as colored community banenkinga zabo ngithola.
But that level, I feel like that level of differentiation between people, I get it. Some areas have certain problems. I mean, eka signaling king lazy, there's problems of gangsterism.
Same thing with Gayton. Most we were like panless in fact about solar limit, construction, copy trad and things like my 10. Most it in black people, young child.
And colored people are not getting
young child are not getting I understand
yeah. Affirmative action is colored people at a point in which they don't exist. Because I remember there was a
push young child in
no, but by Luis in danger.
No,
you know that the Patriotic Alliance started as a colored party.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
And they were trying to address such things. You know that.
But
no, we can't chief excuse what was wrong and say that yeah, but there are other wrongs that you should fix. Though we are wrong in this one. That is wrong. It's wrong and it ends there. 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 It is there. But okay, about the cancelling of podcasters. Not just, I mean, it's not just about open chat. It's about us, Nazi. If we get, I'm not even going to say if, when we get to a certain level, are we going to get to a level where we are cancelable based on the things we say? Because I mean, we cannot, we can speak things from a point of not having a filter of you obviously. The people who are behind the scenes and whatsoever, but people do get captured eventually because I mean, AMA deals like about DSTV, they look good on paper probably. I mean, we also would love to have that, but as in Donati, we must be TV friendly.
But in our scratch and fit, let the woman see and tell say first time. It's for this thing.
Okay.
So, this isn't a good future and fit. It's all in God's grace. That was for me long time ago. Yeah, just in faith, but not many got this into this show, but into make this step and faith, me raise young tall. If I'm very young, this step a little bit, no, Lintona is not many open chat.
Yeah,
watch Lintona lazy. Faith is on as a pet and none, but is it a thing in youth, young tall?
I mean, they are the benchmark of the South African.
It's not like you pay to
the content creation.
Is into tabas shilong among color trace is in faith. John of J into J media and the touch that negative thing.
But the racism
push
home for it, my boy.
But
I think racism, especially, I mean, like I said, with black and colored people, is more of an apartheid legacy, like that kind of division. Because remember, the strategy of the apartheid, they knew that the black people are many when it comes to numbers. But when we divide and conquer, remember this thing, one local racist, Helen Zille, she said Zimbabweans are important for the community. When this thing, when I think it was after the elections, and I'm like a strategy. I mean, this is why Julius believes in the oneness of African people, because their strategy is that when we divide and conquer these people, they will fight amongst each other, and then we'll just choose one clever black.
Same thing in
yeah, like area Basutwini, Mashanganeni, you understand, Makosini. It was illegacy apartheid that when we divide them and they fight among each other, and it's easier to control them and deal with them.
The same thing like because line you'll find a group of young taller. How many group of my gangster who's a line of us between young taller. So yeah, but in front of more check a couple what you have in your check.
Yeah, and I mean it's only this is why I don't think we should give it that. I don't think we should give it that much energy, which is combined. Colored people are like this. Yeah, black people are like this. Dog, we can't. We over that as a country. You understand?
Yeah.
So you're not. It's shy. But moving right along to the last subject, let's keep us talking, boy. Where's Tora Jingabe Zolo? Sundowns is all
but
it was tough.
It was tough. But I must state in a way Kulumela, which as in
they're still Sundowns. I feel like obviously based on the second half, people would say that Pirates had a chance to win the game. But when you look at the overall stats, you understand that they are still Sundowns. They're still the best team in the country.
I went to a Mayfield Square.
Yeah.
So you meet about 50 Sundowns. Some of them they were wearing the same T-shirt and shy long time.
Yeah.
Everyone tango kalango Matthews, bra.
What's English?
ayijumela hameli chaya tameli hambe lento tanga phela isikhose ku
Champions League
Club World Cup isikhostile.
I'm thinking ngakhala Champions League Club World Cup it's not
Now
like
Champions League isikhostile bro. Isikhostile da lemeli vibe mfethu. Mina ngisibona isidingo and le motor.
You know when you hear arguments among my fans of Sundowns, it's so hilarious. You're like, there are 57 of you guys. Yeah.
Club Baba 57. Skole 7
that's because umtiphu uthenga amathikiti. But mawugcoke yellow ungena mahala eLoftus. Ayikho le 57
stadium.
Yeah.
Stadium.
Calabash ngiyagcwalisa Calabash. Ama-fans of Sundowns Calabash. Ayikho leyo mfana. I-Chiefs, i-Sundowns indlulwa ama-fans we-Chiefs from one province. Keni Chiefs ndoto Limpopo.
Angeke siphikisane ne-Chiefs ivele namafana baya.
Chiefs igcwale Durban ndoda. Chiefs every game where they are playing away from home. Maba for me, it's a home away from home fixture. Anywhere in the country, dog. Okay. But the Sundowns not ama-fans ay 57. So ninga ngaphela iviki lonke ugqoke leskip uhlana nama-fans e-Sundowns ayi-3 mfana.
Kuphi? Kumanje ndoda ngihlangane nawe engaka. I think sengihlangane na 20.
I-Sundowns ifavor abantu.
Sengihlangane na 20 from ngivuka ekseni. Ngiyemabaso ngibongithole 5 yabantu badano abashaya iskip.
No, kanti ama-genuine fans we-Sundowns, ama-favorite Sundowns isacoach uJohannes Skins. Isadliwa ina wonke ama-player we-PSL. Hayi lama fans angali Chiefs ojoin i-Sundowns. Siyabazi nabo labo. That's how many you guys are. Imagine there's a reasonable number of people that left the Kaizer Chiefs and joined the Sundowns, but still Kaizer Chiefs has more supporters than you guys. And Tola, that's probably double the number of Sundowns fans 10 years ago.
The fact is, Sundowns is team enkulu eMzansi.
Okay, but
let's
talk about the Pirates. Let's talk about the Pirates in yesterday. Pirates now. What do you think going to this game is gonna happen, the second leg? Do you think Pirates is gonna come as strong as they did in the second half, or Sundowns will still continue their dominance and probably take it to a level in which they are starting to take it?
What happened yesterday, Joe?
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, my boy.
To be honest with you, I think on paper Pirates has the personnel, has a good group of players. Sundowns. However,
a system in a kalang is system your coach win.
That's the thing. I think Long Chitalo technically is coach Sundowns is ahead of him. Because I'm a technical player as Span. This thing of playing beautiful football, it's nice. We like it for us people who like football. But mine are grind my results in A2. I mean, I'm a fans also quite pointing is and I think but technically is ahead of the coach Pirates. I think the coach Pirates is taking Pirates to where they were in the early 2000s, where they were playing the most beautiful football. But I don't even think Pirates will take a trophy this season. And under pressure because he's coming to a Pirates that has won the MTN 8 3 times in a row, and I mean, he's expected to continue on that and win the cup. No, MTN 8. Netbank was twice. Last year, I'm sure Pirates Chiefs their game, dog. But yeah. But he's taking Pirates back to those days in which they were playing the most beautiful football, the most pleasing on the eye. But winning a trophy uncle. I mean, there's a.
Okay, look, we have been I
think he has a, he has a solid footballing background, not only as a player, but the guy's from Morocco. I mean, one of the best footballing nations, not just in this era, but at large. Morocco, Algeria, Egypt are the few African countries that actually play football, which is so pleasing on the eye, not just to see it's so physical and intense, but also great like footballing displays, So yeah, and I think football wise he fits into the Pirates culture. What Pirates actually loves playing good football. Kotwa, I mean, based on the bar Rezo Coach Rivero with winning a trophy. Is he going to do that? I doubt. Pirates are number 5 this season. They're going to have a decent season in terms of the footballing displays. You're going to see, I mean, when they're playing the most beautiful football, go to our Uguina.
No, I mean, I'm fitting his boozer with the Palace up and pressure. So it's Kev.
I think he can fairly compete. I think that is where I have faith as far as the depth he has is concerned.
Team has it, when it comes to my cup, mina vele young Barcelona.
Yakwatisa but kule cup lately futhi.
Oh,
I think normally Sundowns singayidla kule weekend le cup singadliwa ku final.
Kanjani?
Coach to tactically is very behind. I think it doesn't understand how football has evolved to such an intense level. Like football is played with so much intensity right now. So great footballing displays. I mean, we want to see that as fans. I mean, for people who love football, we love that. But there's a reason why the likes of Gayton Hunt have more titles than Rolando Mkwena. There's a reason why who's this guy from Liverpool, Klopp, is more decorated as a coach than I wouldn't say Pep Guardiola, because Pep Guardiola, he's up there. We can do no, but I mean, we love beautiful football, but number results is cutting his spine. There's a reason why Denmark is like a trophy. Like South Africa, though, he's one of the best coaches that I've actually seen in this current era. And when you look at the likes of Ennis Smith and Dobb, which he plays rubbish football, but you look at the likes of Stuart Baxter, Banamali titles like South Africa, because they're well adjusted, they are well in tune with the intensity of Ebola and weight and how beautiful football can sometimes not be so complimentary to getting good results. So like it's gonna take us back to the culture of the Pirates in terms of good footballing displays, but I am a cup and call. The Caps will lose a final. So Sundowns this weekend, the Pirates will lose a final. I tell you.
In fact, mina into mengizabachela na ukuthi yabona into yenze ukuthi ne Pirates ishukume kanje ndoda. It's the last 2 matches abadliwe ngithwala.
Come on, the Pirates was gonna up their game anyway in playing against Sundowns. I think Sundowns was lucky.
Bra, wonke lama team ashisa mawudlala ne Sundowns into mele ukhumbule ngihlezi ngibachela wona ukuthi with other teams in Villeneuve, but when it comes to Sundowns Villeneuve.
Yeah, but not
wonke.
They don't play Sundowns pound for pound. Which team plays Sundowns pound for pound go PSN than the Pirates? It's always about waiting for Sundowns to come at them and then being a counter. It's always the case. It's always a thing of what they're gonna have a tactical approach and whatever and a tactical play. If Pirates ifuna ukuba match from midfield battle, Pirates ifuna umbule ku Alende, bafuna unduli kumkwena. That's how Pirates want to match Sundowns. You understand? The midfield battle is always looked at. My Chiefs not go Yusuf Mart. I mean, I think about the last time Chiefs played the Sundowns. I get Yusuf Mart is left now. But Yusuf Mart, and then it's not a thing which match pound for pound. I mean, even no others one said that. What's the difference between them and Sundowns in their weekday match where Sundowns beat Amazon 2-0 is equality. They knew that they were not going to match Sundowns pound for pound. So they wanted to absorb the pressure, let them keep the ball and then pounds on the break. And unfortunately, Ginger did not get a chance to capitalize because I was hoping with Vele. I got Hlafunye nje kayi-1.
Ekenlungu.
Ma uthi Sundowns league in Soqhubeka.
Dale, uyabona ni Chiefs esipolishela lapha. Sipekile
thina. Oyibambele.
Esibambele. Polish lapha lo number 1 yazi udayi.
Yo boy.
Bayeza bosikhulu bazohlala la mfethu.
Hayi,
saqala isizini bafethu. So nathi sipolile ngithola sirelaxile. But man, I hope as in Carlos like Carlos Danga came up with a different system and this Matthews Danga into planning high.
But Matthews is good, what's it?
Yeah,
I think he's just had ama incident unfortunate to some mixed chance are crucial, but judging from his play, you saw an assist against Amazulu this past week. I mean, he is good.
Hey, Madam Fitz. Salamasi.
Okay. Baza cancela now, hey.
But you want to go ngesilungu.
But anyway, thank you for watching. I think that's the end of not just our sports bulletin, but for our episode. And what could we do is cancel from the B&C Podcast,
Kanjani
guys.
manje mina ngikhuluma izinto ndoda.
And also, by the way, shout out to Forbes Lifestyle. What's the name? Forbes Lifestyle Center, ne? Yeah. No, I know the name, what it say Forbes, but like yeah. Shout out to them for letting us use their space. I think if the negotiations go well, actually, this might be our permanent studio. Shout out to Abachita for letting us use their space. Thank you so much, and thank you guys for watching. Till next time from the B&C Podcast. Hola.